Hi, folks. Another episode of the Short Shift Podcast. This is Thomas. I have Ian, and I have Andrew, who apparently wants to talk some shit to Ian.
Mr. Bonner.
That's me.
Malort?
Malort. I'll have another.
What?
It's a myth, by the way. It's a total myth.
What do you mean it's a myth?
So the shot itself, if you cannot take a shot of Malort and then say, I'll have another directly after, you are not the drinker you think you are. Like, that's just, it is not that much of a challenge. I show up to my bachelor party. I got iced 4 times in like 18 minutes.
I didn't even know icing was still a thing.
Oh yeah, but in my friend group, I never told you this. So the guy who's my best man at my wedding, he breaks into my house every Easter. And no, seriously,
you've told this story on the pod before.
I was gonna say, he breaks into my house every Easter and he ices my house, and I find them, and I have to hope he can break into my house, otherwise he puts them in my fucking yard, and they get hot.
Yeah,
it's taken me months to find one before. It's not a good tradition. But no, the Malort stuff, like they broke out the Malort. We've been joking around it forever. We never actually had it. You take the shot, you say, I'll have another, easy peasy, and then it hits. It's one of the most disgusting things I've ever tasted.
It's like medicinal. It's like a digestive liqueur.
Yeah. It's terrible. It's terrible. Awful. But that initial shot is not, like, it going down, not that bad. It's directly after that.
No, I'm not calling you out for, you're taking shots of Malort. No, like, that's the worst drink in the world.
But that's the point. The boys were like, this will be funny. This is how bad it got, too.
And they were correct. They were correct.
Yeah.
I got so drunk at some point that I was walking around with the Malort bottle in my hand, just swigging out of it. I almost finished the bottle. It was like a shot left and still in my kitchen. I can't even touch this stuff. On top of we drank so freaking much. I was dying on Sunday, but we made it work. And the party was great. I got to mess around in a theater production company's warehouse, which is like right up my alley, if you know me. Like, it was a great time. It was a great bachelor party, and it was nice to know that my boys care and they found something that was specific to me. So It's good stuff.
That's awesome. Also, I will absolutely would love to do a shot of Malort with you at your wedding.
Yeah, the hell yeah. I'm not bringing a bottle, so you have to talk to somebody. But I'll do it. Oh God, brutal. She also did it. We ended up at home at some point late at night. There was a little bit left, and I guess they challenged her to do it, and she, Malort, I'll have another.
What a trooper.
She's a trooper for sure.
Still disgusting and gross, and you're not human.
Yeah, it is really gross. It is gross stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my stomach is kind of turning just thinking about drinking anything more than a shot of that.
It was so much worse because all the sugar that's in my body from all the ices.
Yeah.
Like, it just, ugh.
I mean, honestly, like, the ices is probably what made you the most hungover, because it's just like sugar death.
Yeah. For sure. I was even smart. I'm pretty sure I drank like a gallon of water through that day. Couldn't combat it though. It was.
Yeah, your low call on Sunday. The Discord had some comments for you.
Yeah, I believe it. Didn't see it. I went right back to, like, I passed out after that. I was
like, oh man, brutal. I don't think I've ever been as hungover as Ian was on camera on Sunday.
Yeah. It's not even the most hungover I've been to. Like,
no. You looked like death, dude.
Yeah, felt like it. What is a bachelor party for? And Tiffany's bachelorette is this upcoming weekend. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm booked as the stripper.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Quite a drive for you, though. I'm not saying where it is because somebody will be in the vicinity, and I don't need that.
So the address is...
Yeah. Yeah. Anything hockey related happen over the past week since our last episode?
A very intense, action-packed deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a stream for that, Ian. How'd that go?
Still recovering from all the action.
Honestly, the stream was dope, though. I mean,
Stream was dope, yes.
We couldn't keep up with the chat. It was great. We had to go to subscriber only because there's a bunch of spammers in there. That was really
A lot of political spammers.
A lot of political stuff. So, but no, the stream was great. The actual trade deadline sucked. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was awful. Who was the biggest name that went, you would say, and during the day? Nassim Kadri, right?
Yeah, we found out, 4:00 that Kadri got traded?
Exactly. All of the trades being.
I mean, I would probably say the Braden Shen trade was probably the biggest, but
in terms of pure volume going back and forth, yeah I would say that's right.
The funniest thing was the Pareko one by far.
Yeah.
I'm not going there. You can't make me.
It sounds like, by all reports, that he really was trying to figure out if he was comfortable or not. And I'm sure his family had a lot to say about it.
Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of Blues fans were pissed off at him for evoking his no trade clause. But if you don't want a player to evoke a no trade clause, don't sign a contract with one.
Are we speaking that into existence, or did it actually happen? I haven't seen a lot of backlash to the player. I feel like we've grown.
I said if there is.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I do feel like fans have mostly been like, "That's right. I shouldn't be mad at a player. I'll be mad at my GM. I love hating that guy anyway."
I forgot.
I will say. So actually, we'll just do this real quick. Favorite part of the trade deadline. I'm going to go first. Thinking for a moment that the Toronto Maple Leafs sat 3 players for multiple games and didn't trade any of them. And I was having a great time because I've watched that fan base just clamor for these trades to get made for months at this point. And it was like they weren't doing anything. Now, of course, they do end up trading McMahon and Lyon, I think.
For 20 cents on the dollar to move.
Yeah. That was
think
funny.
about what Lawton went for last year and what he got this year. Not a good ROI on that one.
Yep, a 3rd rounder was given to the Leafs for him, but they gave up a 1st and a prospect, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Brutal.
Toronto just... My favorite part actually is to do with the McMahon stuff, oddly enough. So another Toronto thing where they insisted for 2.5 hours, and we know because we were there.
It's true.
Going for a first. Not going to get him for anywhere for a first. 2:15 rolls around. Well, maybe a second will do. And then he went for what? A second and a fourth?
Second and a fourth, and it's the later of the 2 seconds that I guess Columbus or Winnipeg's. It's the later one, so it's not even their better second.
I watched a little bit of the post-trade deadline for Dangle, and the first words out of his mouth were "fired for a living today."
I mean, there are certain teams that stand up saying, "Hey, trade with me and you'll never regret it." The Maple Leafs are so firmly in as that franchise of like, I want to trade with you guys every single year.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah.
Thomas, what was your favorite moment of the trade deadline?
I don't really have a favorite moment, but I have a favorite outcome. And this is kind of like a 2-layer thing. First of all, the way the deadline panned out, it was satisfying to me because all the people who are like all about the fucking deadline and think it's like fucking the second Christmas, they're all disappointed because it was a lame deadline.
Oh my god, fucking good.
The secondary I just want everyone to know he's talking about me and Andrew, right?
100%.
Okay, good. All right,
everybody who had a huge boner for how exciting this was going to be and got left with their dick in their hands. It's hilarious to me, particularly Ranger fans. The New York Rangers were supposed to be a team that did a shit ton at the deadline, and they did fucking nothing.
So this
and realistically,
yeah,
the Eastern Conference didn't really do much. So none of these Eastern Conference teams that were battling for not only playoff spot, but just like where we're going to land in the playoff pool, none of them really did anything crazy to really differentiate or separate themselves from the pack.
Yeah,
the Eastern Conference, we're basically in the same spot we were 2-3 weeks ago. Yep. Notwithstanding getting our ass beat in Nashville, but it doesn't feel like the deadline even fucking happened.
Yeah. I mean, what's the big? You said Braden Shen.
Yeah.
We're kind of sort of looking at that part of the Metro because they're going to be kind of be battling for that wild card spot.
Yeah.
Detroit added what?
Islanders
Justin
got
Cole?
fucking fleeced.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like not even close. You can't even make an argument that they didn't get fleeced.
Yeah. No. And I mean, what? The Wings got Falk, which fine, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It was very, and Ian, I kind of want to go to a point that you said during last week's show. If you haven't listened to last week's show, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go listen to that and then come back and listen to this. Was it harder for GMs to make trades?
Fuck you. Just fuck them. I don't give a shit. It's your job. I'm so sick of you make millions of dollars. Do your job. It's harder. Everyone has the same goal, dipshit. Like, that's probably the thing that I get most frustrated about is somebody is on the phone being like, well, this stuff's tough. Hey, you have 31 other guys, old white men, literally all of you, that are all doing
Mike Greer. Mike Greer is not white.
Correct, but you know what I mean. Like, like you're all...
It's a pretty white name, though.
Jesus Christ.
If we're being fair. If we're being fair.
That's valid. No, it blows my mind when you have these guys who all of our goals are the same, and yet none of us can get anything done. And we all have a blanket excuse of it's difficult. You're all right. I don't know.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I'll make an argument.
You're going to make an argument in favor of GMs right now?
Yes.
Okay, have fun with that. Yeah.
Hang on. When you have the IQ of laundry soap and your name is Chris Drury, this job is really hard.
How did the most iconic franchises end up with these kind of GMs?
Boys Club.
Yeah, it's too much boys club, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you guys are, I mean, you talk about the Rangers, you talk about the Maple Leafs. I'm not going to include Boston in this because I honestly think Sweeney did, I mean, not everything I wanted, but mostly the right stuff. Mm-hmm. But you look at some of these iconic franchises, you're like, you're so inept. And then you're doing this for years.
And then you listen to the kind of packages that Drury tried to offer for Trocheck. The Boston Herald, Kevin Paul DuPont, who is a dink, but credit where it's due, he still knows what's going on occasion. And he was reporting that the Rangers asked for Mark Kostelic, Fraser Minton, and 2 high top 70 draft picks. So in the first 2 rounds, basically, for Vincent Trocheck.
I would, before Trocheck's physical, so the trade could go through, I'd put a bullet in his knee. We would not allow that to happen. We would not. I'd be like, all right, guys, I will be right back. And I would go up, I would intercept the plane, I would put a bullet in Trocheck's knee, and then I would come back and be like, hey, I don't think the trade's going through. I think something happened.
I would put a note under Chris Drury's door, and it would just say, your friend Molly's coming to visit. And all of a sudden, a Molotov cocktail comes through his window.
I'm just saying, Sweeney, I know you listen to this podcast. Keep it in mind. You make a bad enough trade, people's lives are on the line.
Yep.
That sounds like a threat, actually.
And mostly limbs.
Mostly limbs. You know, I'm not going to kill anybody.
If anybody knows anything about traumatic leg injuries, just talk to your boy here.
Careers are on the line. How about that?
There you go.
This isn't
careers of old white men.
Old white men and my career. Shit, now I feel like I was making a generalization. Now I feel like I'm missing another non-old white guy, and I don't know. I'm probably not, which is the sad part of it all. But
let's move past it.
Yeah, let's do it. I guess we should just keep hammering away at the trade deadline stuff, huh?
Real quick, we'll do exclusively Bruins in a minute, but we'll kind of jump around here. Biggest winner and biggest loser, one team each.
It's so hard because such little stuff happened.
Okay, Avs and Rangers. Biggest winner, biggest loser.
That's easy. Yeah. Done. Yep. Mm-hmm. The Avs loaded up.
Avs, I don't even know if, like, I wouldn't even say loaded up. I think everything they did was reasonable, and smart and put them in a better position to make a deeper run.
Reacquiring Kadri was great for them.
It was expensive, though.
It was expensive, but it was a reasonable and smart move because this year feels wide the fuck open.
Sure,
Yes.
absolutely.
And that's the point, right? Is they don't give a shit about a 2028 first rounder.
No.
Like, I have McCarr and McKinnon for the next, hopefully, 10 years.
Yeah.
The window is now.
What are draft picks?
Yeah, what are draft picks? And I swear, and I think this showed it again, this deadline, even though not a ton happened, I do think a lot of GMs are starting to lean into, I don't care that much. If my window's open, my window's open. I don't give a fuck about a first round pick.
Yeah.
It's
And
the NBA profile, and it's right.
Yeah, and it looks like rentals are going a little bit by the board.
Nobody wants them anymore.
Yeah.
The odds of a rental really making the difference for you just doesn't really exist.
I feel like the rental market would have been more increased if it felt like there's like 5 or 6 teams that were like, we're the only teams that can make a run. Mm-hmm. But because the playing field feels so open, I almost feel like people are shy about rentals because they're just like, even if we make a big play, I don't know if it's going to be enough because there's 12, 13 other competitors right now.
Yeah.
You know, like there's going to be 2 or 3 teams that sneak into the playoffs in either conference that it's like, okay, I cannot see this happening.
Yeah.
And then 5 or 6 teams per conference that are going to be like, we can make this fucking run.
Mm-hmm.
On that point, I did find it a little weird that no Eastern team went, oh my God, this is wide open. Let's get some more help in here because whoever we're meeting in the West in the finals is going to go through a gauntlet.
The only team that did was the Islanders.
Mm-hmm.
And the Islanders aren't getting past the second round.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And I was really surprised that a team like the Hurricanes didn't add. They had Big Deloria, but that doesn't count.
They made slightly better than lateral moves.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I could see the Islanders making a run just because look at the East. Like, you catch Carolina on a couple of bad nights and boom, you're in it. Buffalo, do you believe in Buffalo? I do, but
they've lost 5 times since December 13th.
Right, but still, it's still Buffalo. You're struggling with is it Buffalo?
Yeah, there's still too much ick on it.
There's so much ick, and Tampa looks
so much
human
ick on it
again. Like, I don't know, the East just seems so wide freaking open, and the West does not. The top of the West feels so deadly. I guess the first round there's a bunch of mess in the West. Yeah. Like there's 3-4 teams that you actually care about, but those last couple rounds of the West are gonna be crazy.
Now, honestly, past the first round, I think is going to be awesome in the West.
Yeah,
like we're only a few weeks away from playoff hockey.
Oh my God.
We're coming up quick on it.
I really need the Bruins to make the playoffs, but also survive that first couple of games because I am going to be gone for a very long portion of the end of the season. I will.
You planned this well, sir.
I didn't. I also didn't have an option. I begged for a fall wedding, and Tiffany was like, "Spring." That's a non-negotiable. Yeah. And she's right.
So
for
you
it.
wanted fall, she wanted spring, so you compromised and got spring.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
We
talked it out. We weighed the balance.
There are certain things where she's like, this is what I've always dreamed of. I was like, all right, well, I've only been thinking about this for the past 18 months. So that's different. It's not a 20-year run up to that.
I didn't even think I'd make it this far.
Yeah, right. Well, frankly, that's very true.
Yep.
I will agree that the Avalanche are the biggest winners. I want to throw an honorable mention to the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah. Good deadline.
They didn't get the center that they really wanted, but I love the team. I love the Bobby Brink addition. I think he's going to be a mainstay for them for a long time. He's going to be a depth guy, but I think they're going to love it. I like what they did.
I was actually going to say Wild.
Yeah.
But I'll go Buffalo. I think they did a really good job at pivoting from the Colton Parayko stuff as a winner. What?
I mean, sure.
Carrick, they are better in the bottom 6. They're very top heavy. Yes. They're better in the bottom 6 and the bottom pairing. Logan Stanley, who is your personal hero, I have tape saying that.
Who did he knock the fuck out?
Sam Bennett.
Thank you. I was like, it's got to be he hit somebody. I can't remember it right now.
It was Sam Bennett, and he didn't just knock him out; he knocked him clean out, like huge hit, and then put him up and kicked his ass. Legend.
Did either of you have a loser? Like, who's the biggest loser in deadline?
I don't think Toronto's very happy, although they are careening towards a top 5 pick, so maybe that's just worth it to them, which that is worth it. They shouldn't be a loser in this.
I'll make 2 points there. One, I'm going with yours, Thomas. It's the Rangers. Mm-hmm. It's the Rangers.
Particularly because they made a whole fucking thing about it and like set the table saying like, we're going to fix this.
Chris Drury picked the wrong time. Picked the wrong time to stick to his guns.
Yeah.
So Rangers are the biggest loser. And Ian, for your Toronto point, they've lost 8 straight. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
If they were in the Western Conference, they'd be 2 points out of a playoff spot.
Yep.
I'm not worried.
But they are literally like 4 points out of a bottom 5 pick.
I believe that the only time that is guaranteed for the lottery is if you finish in the bottom 3.
Correct.
I am not worried.
They have made their odds so much better, so much faster than I imagined, with still 17 games to go.
Yeah. They have made them better. Calgary still exists. Vancouver still exists.
Oh, they're not catching Vancouver. I mean, that's not the point we're making here.
The bottom of the point I'm making, though. The bottom of the West is so bad that I am not worried about Toronto catching them.
They are currently 5 points out of the bottom 5. Mm-hmm. And that would tie them for 4th, because both the 4th and 5th place teams have 60 standings points.
Okay.
And they have games in hand. Everyone in the bottom 5 has games in hand on.
What about bottom 3? What are they? How behind in the bottom 3 are they?
They are 6 points out of the bottom 3.
I'm still not worried.
The Blackhawks have a game in hand. I have become more worried, and I need to, because I've been preaching that we have nothing to worry about, and this has gotten scarier way faster than I expected. Yeah. So we will see.
Honorable mention to the Predators on having the worst deadline too. They had pieces that they could have moved. O'Reilly.
They held him out.
They held him out and didn't move him. He had no trade protection, but he said, "I don't want to go anywhere." And they're like, "Okay,
you got us. Okay, it's fine."
He has trade protection, right?
No, he doesn't. He has not.
Why?
That's what I'm talking about. Like if you have players that don't want to go somewhere and they have trade protection, there's still some workarounds. But a player who has no trade protection, whether he says, "I want to fucking be here for the rest of my career" or otherwise,
that's where you have to be fucking ruthless.
You move him.
You have to be ruthless in that situation.
They had to be sellers, and they were not sellers. They didn't sell at anything.
I don't want to move anywhere. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to Colorado first. You're going to Colorado for a second and a top prospect, or a first and a top prospect. Goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw Carolina in the losers bin.
Okay.
They didn't do anything. They got Delorier, I think, and then
that's still nothing.
Yeah, it's next to nothing. Mm-hmm. They have none of their own picks basically this year, but they do have the Stars first rounder. Then they have all of their picks from 2027, 2028, 2029, basically all of them. And then they also have an additional Stars 2028. The window's now. What are we doing?
Yeah.
You have Kotkaniemi still playing like real minutes in your middle 6, and he's not performing well. Stankoven you're relying on a lot, and he's been good, but you needed you didn't need it. You would have benefited from an upgrade, and that team has a real mental block going on right now in the playoffs. Yeah. You need fresh blood that's going to drive something forward. Why are we not doing that?
I think that mental block has a bad dye job on his head.
Yeah.
It's Rod Brindamore.
Thank you. Okay, I was like, I don't pay attention to the hairstyles of the players too often.
I mean, yeah.
You're flabbergasted that I didn't get it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't understand. Like, he's one of the most visible coaches, especially in playoff time. But
I am not an observant man.
And just remember, they didn't actually sweep him.
I do want to give honorable mention if we're going to go ahead and do that. I got two teams in mind, honorable mention, who had a decent piece of business at the deadline. Kudos to Columbus. They went out and got Garland. That's a solid pickup.
That's a good pickup for them. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And also Utah, Mackenzie Weegar, like going out and
that was a great get.
And not giving up much, but also I tweeted this out on Friday that Nick Schmaltz was getting close to, like the talk around it was getting close to re-signing with Utah, and I was disappointed because I kind of wanted to see him go somewhere. I would love him here. I put that in our chat yesterday. Like, just turned 30 a few weeks ago, and signing with Utah. What was it? 8
by 8. Yep.
That's. I mean, he'll be 38 when the contract ends. It's not going to be a great contract at the tail end of that, but he's right there. He's like middle of his prime right now, and a bona fide first line center that could have helped any team, but he wanted to stay in Utah, and fucking hats off to him. He got a decent payday, and that team is only getting better right now.
Yep, that Coyote stink is fully off of them.
Fully off. Like, it doesn't even exist anymore.
Yep. Good for them.
Yeah.
Honestly, good for them. They deserve it.
Yeah, no one hates the Utah Mammoth. Right? Oh, wait, I do. That's right. Sorry, I can't even keep track these days.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because they moved when you went to Arizona.
Right before. Like, a couple of months before. Bastards. I was so excited to go to a NHL game in a college arena. And I know that sounds facetious. I was literally excited to do that.
I can't believe that just 2 years ago they were doing that. Unreal.
Yeah. Not good for them. Not a good for them.
You guys want to talk the team that we cover?
We picked up players whose names sound auto-generated. That's the best way you can describe it. Like, we're aware of who these players are, but like, these aren't real. These aren't fucking real names.
They do seem like bad AI names now that you mention it.
Massimo Rizzo.
Yeah. Which is a character from the Muppets.
Oh my God.
That's a caricature of a character from Greece.
Yes.
The
jacket that he wore into the arena made way more sense now.
He's in the he's in the Walmart version of the T-Birds. It's called the Z-Birds.
The Z-Birds.
Z-Birds. Massimo Rizzo.
Yep.
And Alexis Gendron?
Is it Alexis or Alexi?
I think it's Alexis.
Alexi.
Oh, well, I said Alexi. Ooh,
Alexi's way sexier. Alexi Gendron.
Alexi Gendron. Who has a little bit of intrigue about him.
Also sounds like a venereal disease, but either way.
Wow.
Well, color me interested. Hold on.
Wow, we cross him off the list as a guest.
Yeah.
He's on the top of my list now. I'm taking my belt off as we talk.
Yo.
Seriously taking my belt off. Camera's on. The belt's coming off.
So let's move on from
why is he intriguing?
So in the Q, in his last season in the Q, 22-23, he scored 57 goals. Any league, any junior league. That's impressive.
Sorry, how old is he?
Now the Q, 23. Now the Q is a bona fide pond hockey league, but 57 is 57. The more intriguing part is last season in Lehigh Valley, he scored 20 goals in the AHL as a rookie.
Okay.
23.
Yep, 20 goals, 8 assists, but 20 goals. He's a shooter.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm being semi-serious. Neither of these guys are going to see NHL ice. I don't.
Correct. There you go. All right.
but there's something there with Gendron that maybe they can turn him into something like a serviceable AHL guy. It's something Brett Harrison wasn't going to do here. I'll tell you that much.
That's fair.
The only thing with this trade that confuses me, because it's literally like, this isn't working out for our guys, this isn't working out for your guys, let's swap them. Brett Harrison, so glad he's gone. I've never had a player that I've barely ever had to watch bother me this much. And Jackson Edward is gone. Jackson Edward was liked by the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeney had called him out specifically before.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they got to the point where, and obviously the season's been brutal for the guy. Mm-hmm. They were just like, we're done with him. And it just felt kind of quick.
It's just, you get to a point where you feel like a player plateaus. You know, a guy might have good base skills, but learning and implementing skills, other skills, as you're developing professionally, just isn't there. And that's just kind of what it seemed like for Edward.
Every time you say skills, you remind me of Napoleon Dynamite's brother.
I got skills.
Yep, there you go. All right, sorry, go on. That was unnecessary for me.
Fuck. Honestly, I don't mind this trade. Like, Brett Harrison was never going to see NHL ice. Jackson Edward was never going to see NHL ice. Massimo Rizzo has spent the entire season in the ECHL. So, no. And Gendron is a project. So
if this trade either bothered or excited you, truly bothered or excited you, there's something wrong with you. On either end,
you need to touch grass.
Yeah, if you had real emotional reaction to this trade, unless you're like, I just love Jackson Edward, I just enjoyed it. Like, totally get it. But if you are really upset about this, you need to take a break.
I mean, I'm looking at Gendron's card right now. I don't see a 50+ goal season.
So he got traded in the middle.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you see 22-23, he got traded in the middle.
It's the average age of a player in the queue.
Okay. So he had 22 goals in 29 games with one team, got traded, and scored 33 goals in 34 games.
So 55, excuse me.
God damn, that is.
But
crazy,
also packing on 12 assists and 14 assists, respectively, between those two teams that one season. I mean, shooters are going to shoot.
Yep.
Amen.
Yeah. And it looks like, 63 games in 24-25 for Lehigh, 20 goals. 47 games last year, 10 goals. Or this year, 10 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean...
And then 2 games in Pro V, nothing so far.
3 games now, yeah.
Oh, he played tonight.
Yeah. He's a -1, though. Fuck him, get him out of here.
Maybe we could talk about another guy who had a nice little play in Pro V tonight.
Lucas Reichel. This is a trade that actually has some sort of rippling effect, not rippling effect, but a effect on the NHL team, potentially, maybe, possibly. Former first-round pick, 18th overall of the Chicago Blackhawks, fell out of favor with Chicago because it just wasn't clicking. Got traded to Vancouver for a 4th. Certainly wasn't clicking there. Got sent down to Abbotsford. Played some games there. And then they traded Lucas Reichel for a 4th. They traded him to Boston, got a 6th. Return on investment, not great. But he did score the overtime winner for Providence, so get him up here right now.
I talked to Court over at Bruins Diehards about this a little bit. Shout out Court, absolute goat. Made fun of my fiance for her wings, but they're boneless, so they're nuggets, I guess.
I mean, he's right.
It's valid.
Also pointed out your belt skit as the best thing you've ever done.
Yes, that was that's a highlight. If I have my timelines correct here, Reichel got placed on Bedard's wing in Bedard's first season and maybe some of his second. I can't get the exact timeline here, but he was tried out with Bedard. And this was one of the years, which I guess is still ongoing, where the Blackhawks were completely structureless hockey. There was no coaching. There was no veterans. There was no fundamental basis for a real hockey team. I don't care how talented you are at the NHL level. There has to be a system in place. You will not find real success otherwise. And Bedard and Reichel couldn't make it work. No fucking wonder by the way. And that was the beginning of the tumble, where it was like, well, this guy doesn't work with Bedard of all people. How could? And it just created this whole quagmire for him. Like, he might be broken goods or whatever the phrase is there. But this is a 6th-round pick. Who gives anything past a 4th? I don't care. Yeah. A 5th, 6th, or 7th. Kaprizov was a 5th rounder by the Bruins. I get it, but those picks work 0.01% of the time, and that 0.01 is typically a 4th-line grinder. I'm not worried about a 6th-round pick. A guy who was a 1st rounder.
You take a risk. I don't like him as a player, but you take a risk.
Yeah, he has some real offensive upside. I also don't really love him as a player, but fine, whatever. It's nothing.
That season that you talked about that he was on Bedard's wing, I'm looking at his card right now for that. He had 16 points in 65 games and was a -29.
Yeah, there's
also contextually, let's point out, the Chicago Blackhawks were, and I believe I want to be very technical with this, hot, pure, steaming, drizzling ass.
Yes, they literally did not have a system in place. I mean, you could tell me they did. I watched them play. They didn't. It's either that or the players were like, no, we're not doing that shit. It was bad. That was awful. That is the greatest argument I've ever seen for, I'm going to hang on to a couple old guys just so we can, have some veteran presence in the locker room. I never realized it was that important until a couple of years ago watching that team try to put together anything.
This year, he started with Chicago and scored 4 points in their first 5 games.
Yeah, he looked
and then
good.
they traded him for a 4th.
Yeah, I did make the mistake of thinking that Sturm had him in Germany for the
That was
Olympics.
my bad. I did also made the mistake of thinking that Sturm had him in Germany.
Yeah, I just ran with it, but that's my bad. I misinformed people. Mm-hmm. He did have 3 goals or 3 points in the Olympics?
3 points.
3 points. So not nothing.
Not nothing. But Sweeney did point out that Reichel and Sturm do have a connection. He didn't explain what it was.
Someone corrected me. I can't remember what it was, but they have played coach player words. They've worked together before.
Okay. Yeah, no, this is a I do not like the player. I don't think he's going to pan out here, but for a 6th-round pick, who gives a shit, like you said.
No. So all this to say, the Bruins didn't do anything at the deadline. Was it the right choice?
Ask the players.
Who's got the time for that?
Yeah. Pasta. We love each other. Management feels the same way. We work hard for each other, and this proves that they have trust in us. Sturm. We did a lot of good things, so they kept us together. Is this genuine or cope?
I'd say genuine. I see no reason for it not to be. I think the players do realize what this season has looked like. They know what the underlying metrics say. It's a tough year.
So does everybody now, due to just Jesse Granger pointing out the fact that they're 32nd in 5-on-5 expected goals.
Yep.
Defensively, and they're in a playoff spot.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think Sweeney was really correct in not buying. How about that? In not buying. Yeah. 100% correct. There are very few deals. Who was it? Blankenberg.
Nick Blankenberg for a 5th. I would have taken a shot at that.
Absolutely done that one. I think that's where my line is kind of drawn. That's the only one I'm like, that would have been nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Thomas, I know that you have feelings about not selling Peak or Arvidsson. You want to expand on them?
Yeah, I mean, I just thought there was an opportunity to move somebody for a nice return. Mm-hmm. We're not going to make a deep run. Peak can go anyways, but yep. I can understand holding on to RV. If you don't want to gut the room, mm-hmm. It seems like he's well enough liked,
especially after last year.
And if you remove him from the team, you're sending a message to the rest of the team that, hey, you guys might sneak into a playoff spot, but we don't have high expectations. I get that, but as you just said, the team knows what they are. They probably believe that they can make a run if they play well, but then when you have games like the Nashville game that kind of set you back down to earth, you also understand, we could be an easy 1st-round exit.
Mm-hmm.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more action. And it just if it wasn't there, it wasn't there. But it will be a bummer. I don't even know what he could have gotten, and maybe it wasn't enough. But something is going to be better than him walking from this team in a few months after a first round exit.
Sweeney did kind of address this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading a quote here. We explored an awful lot of things, but it wasn't just about adding any asset for any price and taking away from the fabric of this group.
Which is totally fine. Totally fine. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I can justify not making the move. To me, still, like, I've been looking towards the future since before the season.
Yeah, you said
like, that's where my head's at.
You said at the beginning of the season that you were looking to 2027 already.
Yeah.
So.
Which is this is something I have to remind myself about too. Is it's house money right now? It is house money. Staying in a playoff spot is house money. Even if we don't end up with Toronto's pick, and they get into the bottom five, this is still a house money kind of season, and it is what it is. If I do want to tell everyone, if Toronto keeps that pick, we are not seeing that pick till 2028.
Yeah,
because they get to decide whether it's us or Philly who gets it next year.
Yeah,
and that is if it's a top 10. And they're not going to give the Bruins a ton. They would rather have Philly have that pick all day.
Of course.
There's no way.
Yeah.
I want to ask this because I feel like I put too much pressure on this. I've talked about it for weeks now. The Pete trade wouldn't have upset anybody, I don't think. No. I think everyone would have been like, yeah, I kind of see that.
I don't even know if we would have discussed it on the pod.
We absolutely we would have been a much more cheerful.
Yeah, no, it would have been. There would have been some celebratory music.
Yeah, the Arvidsson stuff. It sends a message to the team that, like, we don't believe in you this year. We're selling, all that kind of stuff. Do I put way too much stock into that infecting next year's, like, vibe, locker room vibe? Because I sit there and I go, you're really going to tell Pasta and McAvoy you guys have busted ass? McAvoy especially, who's been through hell and back just to stay on the ice this year. Hey, we're selling at the deadline even though you're in a playoff spot. We're just throwing the year away.
Yeah.
Could that infect a culture that's trying to grow?
I think there's credence to that.
There's credence to it, but you're also talking about selling somebody who's not going to be there under any circumstances next year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to be less and less firm on whether or not they try to extend Arvidsson or not. They really love that guy. God, do they love that guy? Mm-hmm. Which I get it. He's been great.
Yeah, he's rebounded.
He's been great, but he's also had 2 major back injuries, so he's kind of on twine and a wish right now.
Mm.
Yeah, and
that gives me pause.
Certainly had some good puck luck going his way too this year.
Yeah, that breakaway from in Washington gave me the warm fuzzies. I love that shit.
Yeah.
Also his fuck it clapper is becoming one of my favorite things about this season.
The best thing ever. It's the only reason that I'm like, I love what it's not the only reason I love watching this guy play, but I really love watching him play. I just think he does dumb shit that works and I love it. He's a
man after you do dumb shit that works. He's a man after your own heart.
He's puck on the wall. Probably someone up front. No look, just slam it to the net and it just goes in. Like 5 of his goals this year are just, there's no reason that should ever get in the net, and it somehow does. It just, shooters shoot, man. Shooters shoot.
Shooters shoot. Shooters do be shooting.
I'm so comfortable with this deadline. I'm so comfortable with it.
I'm good with it. I'm kind of with Thomas in the fact that I would have rather seen Peak move, but
yes, I agree with that.
We had 7 teams in the trade deadline pick up upgrades at right-handed defensemen. We probably would have been left with the scraps, and it was probably something along the lines of, we'll give you a 5th.
Yeah.
And I think if you're Sweeney, I think even though Peak has been bad, and maybe that kind of adds into, we'll give you a 5th, you just go, you know what? We'll keep the body.
Yep.
Fucking
yeah,
Charlie McAvoy is down to 8 teeth. So,
and Peak's been playing a lot more than Yoki Haru lately.
I don't like that, but
I had already admitted that Peak has been looking worse than Yoki Haru. It's still a pretty close battle.
This is that's my revenge for the Huberto Kachuk.
You're gonna need a little more. You're gonna need a little more. All right, what else we got going?
Gift horse in the mouth and all that.
Yeah, for sure.
Boys, Boston College is in trouble.
That's a lot.
So was there an eye towards later in the month with some of these non-moves? Here's what I mean. Boston College starts the Hockey East tournament on Friday. They play a quarterfinal against Maine. That's going to be a good game, by the way. You guys should watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, keep an eye on Boya, the goaltender for Maine. That's a future Bruin if I ever saw one.
Mm-hmm.
Boston College's NPI, which is if you're a college basketball fan, it's basically the same as RPI. It's like strength of schedule, strength of wins, goal differential, all of that. Dictates that they are on the outside looking in to the point where the only way that they can make the NCAA tournament is if they win the Hockey East tournament. Maine has about the same record as they do. It's going to be a tough battle. If Maine beats BC, their season is probably done.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't wrap it up with 4 straight losses there. And this Maine game would be 5 straight losses if they can't.
Pretty bad collapse there by BC.
Yeah.
Higgins and Letourneau have had great seasons. Some of their forwards have had really good years. Their defense is dog shit.
That's terrible.
I think I told you this last week, but it bears repeating. Kostadinski's playing top 4 minutes for that team.
It's absurd. The guy can't skate, even at a collegiate level.
So, did Boston kind of know this and left some room for Higgins?
I feel like that's giving them way too much credit.
Correct. The thing is, you bring somebody in who gets knocked out of the lineup. Who's the first guy out? Asamont's the first guy out. You're telling me that you bring in Higgins and you're not comfortable bumping Jeannot down the line?
Well, if you bump Jeannot down the line, he's out of the lineup because he's...
Oh, sorry. Even with Mitten, you could bump him. You could put Husadinov back on the 4th for a stretch. There is already room for Higgins where we're at right now. I don't think they didn't make a move because, again, actually, this is probably a better point. Any move they made wasn't going to be a rental.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it means the Higgins situation doesn't come into play anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid argument.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree.
There's no roster limits now, too, by the way, so they could just sign him and just bring him in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We debated back and forth a little bit about whether or not he would get called up as soon as the season ends. I think they're so comfortable burning a year. I think I've been putting too much stock into that because a lot of teams have started to look at it as it's kind of an advantage to burn that first year and get to that second contract quicker because they're doing these long-term, I know you're going to be good, let's just lock you up for a lower price than you're probably going to be worth in 2 years.
And it works more often than not to do that.
I would say yes. I don't have the data, but I would agree.
Well, it's more often, I would say be more often than not. For every, you have the Josh Norrises happening, but then you have the Samuelsons happening. Matthias Samuelsson, who's having a fantastic season in Buffalo, and he was one of those guys who signed one of those contracts less than 100 games into his NHL career.
Kotkaniemi.
I did say more often than not. I didn't say
there you go.
Always.
Yep. Yeah, he's been tough. Mm-hmm. He's been tough. Yep. I think Higgins plays pretty quickly. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I also, man, some of this stuff that you see at the deadline about we couldn't possibly trade Higgins. I saw people be like, Higgins for Thomas? I would never. I'm like, oh, what if it was 1-for-1? And people say no. I'm like, okay, you either have no idea how good Thomas is, or you think Higgins is Thomas right now, and that's not real. Higgins is going to come to this league. He's going to get demolished by the fans for not immediately being on the top line, for not immediately being a point per player guy. I am very surprised about the attitude towards Higgins right now. They truly think that he's just going to step into the league at 19, 20 years old and be his finished product.
That's not how development's ever worked, ever.
Ever! Outside of like the franchise superstars that like Crosby had 100 billion points in his rookie year. Yes, he's Crosby. You know who Higgins
yes,
is
he's
not?
Crosby, but he also became a 200-foot monster that he wasn't when he started.
True.
So
absolutely.
Your development never stops.
There was talk of Higgins before the draft, though. He could go first or second overall. There's a reason he dropped. And that is because he still needs some development. The tools are fucking there. He's got a shot. He's got speed. He's got vision. But he's got to develop.
Ball work is so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
He's going to be all right, but he's not going to step in, and he's not fucking Bedard. Like, let's pump the brakes a little bit. There's a drop off after 4 or 5, pick 4 or 5. That's where he was. He's right there on the cusp. Can he pick this up quickly? Can he adapt to the NHL game? Perhaps.
Yes.
He has the skill set, but I don't think, I agree with you. He's going to come in, and if he doesn't score 3 goals in the first 10 games, people are going to be like, this feels like another Sweetie miss, and it's just going to be a pile on.
Yep. Well, you know what we're hoping he turns into? Robert fucking Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's like the that's what we want.
That's a fucking dub if that happens.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a dub.
A true top line center on a championship caliber team. It's because he plays for the Blues that people don't know how good he is. I genuinely believe that. It's like somebody in Anaheim right now. The only reason Carlson, people know he's that good is because of how crazy standout he's been.
Yeah.
But I was talking to someone about Cutter the other day, and they were like, "Oh, is he doing well?" I'm like, what the fuck? What do you mean? That's fun.
Cutter Gauthier?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good.
By the way, fun fact, another point towards the God the West is ass. If the Boston Bruins were in the Pacific Division, they'd be in first place.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. But we like it when the East is better anyway. It gives us this weird sense of pride.
Yeah. If the Columbus Blue Jackets were in the Pacific Division, they too would be in first place, and they're out of the playoffs.
It's just weird because it's like the Western Conference has the best team, the better teams, but the East has more good teams.
Yep, that's correct.
It's very much, the two conferences are just light years apart from each other right now. It's
said it before.
Super weird.
Yep.
I would argue the top 3 teams in the league all belong to the West right now.
All West.
Yeah. Said it before, say it again. The fact that Dallas and Minnesota are going to play in the first round is a crime.
It's a crime. Yeah.
I'm so terrified of Minnesota, man. I'm watching every second of that series, though. Every second of that series.
Never mind that there's a deep-seated rivalry in that as well.
Oh, I guess that's right. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's deep too. That's about a little while back.
People don't forget. That? Hockey fans don't forget.
Yeah.
Hockey players sometimes forget, though.
I mean, I was just thinking about this earlier today. No one cares about the success of a team like the fans. The hockey players will never match the fans' obsession with the success of the team.
Yeah. You ruined my segue there.
I apologize. I didn't actually apologize. I just say I apologize.
Well, that's the same to me. Hockey players sometimes forget. The players that play for the Boston Bruins have forgotten how to win on the road. They didn't forget how to win at home.
Thank God.
They've won 13 straight at home.
And the wins at home lately have been gross. They haven't looked good.
You know what? You want to know something? As just like a pure aesthetic standpoint, I bet you anything Marco Sturm takes the tape from that Kings game and is like, this is how I want you to play defensively for the rest of the season.
I hope not. God, we gave a lot of opportunities.
No, they did. What are you
high danger chances? Yes. We didn't give a lot of space, but they had, 3 2-on-1s, 2 breakaways? Like, there was a lot of high danger chances. The majority
of the game, they were smothered.
That was nuts. Hold on. What are we talking about right now? The Kings missed the net like a dozen times in high danger areas.
So did the Bruins.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. This was more about offensive ineptitude than defensive structure all day.
I don't know.
Disagree on this game.
I think that was the best that the Bruins had looked structurally all season.
It's the Kings. They're like a bottom 4 offensive team, and they lost.
They're a point out of the playoffs.
And that doesn't change anything. That's still a real argument. Yeah, I have not liked the way the defense has looked. I have said that this level of play cannot continue.
Hampus Lindholm has been rough.
He's been rough. We can't expect a playoff berth if this is the level of play we're going to have since the Olympic break. It's been bad. It's been substandard. And people are upset at me because I say that after a win, and I did get torched for that opinion, but they don't look good. They look like they're struggling, and the defensive structure has not been good. Zadorov's back to turning the puck over in his own zone all over the place.
Is playing at about 50% right now.
Right? I don't know what's going on. I don't know if everyone's banged up. I don't know if your point from November, maybe December, but remember, Andrew, when you were like, hey, is this style of play something that they can't continue at this level?
Yo, you have the worst memory of anybody I've ever met. How did you pull that out of your dick hole?
Because it's insulting to you because they continue that level of play and are in a playoff spot. If it's against Andrew, I'm gonna hold on to it for at least a little while, right, Thomas?
I love you, buddy.
Andrew did get an invite to my wedding, guys. It's fine. We're actually friends sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm gonna be the one that they bury in rice.
Oh, I thought we were gonna do the cake thing. You know, we'll smash the cake.
Don't get Tiffany in there, and it's a party. Why can't this team win on the road, though?
There's a long answer and a short answer.
Give me the short answer, and I want Thomas to give me the long answer.
Short answer is they're bad.
Great. Thomas, why has this team not won on the road in almost 2 months?
They're really bad.
That is longer. That is longer.
Yeah. He got us. It's a talent thing, right? When you can get away from the lineups that are performing, it's that much easier. The top line does not outperform their opposition ever. Outscore, yes, it happens. But when you're talking about possession, high danger chances, actual forcing the game into the other end, the top line always loses their battles.
And I feel like they're noticeably slower on the road lately.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mixture of talent, but also I think there's a number of key people who are battling right now in terms of injuries.
Pasta.
Does that make any difference of when they're playing at home? They're able to squeak out these wins, maybe, but I don't know. I want them to lose at home and win a road game this week. That's what I want. Mm-hmm. We need to see both of those streaks end.
I get that. I totally get that.
But that's a great point, though, Thomas, because I agree. You've got Pasta, you've got McAvoy, maybe Zadorov. Hampus doesn't look super healthy.
I don't think there's any question Zadorov. I think he's banged up.
But to your point of you've got these guys who are banged up, when would you feel the wind at your back? When you've got the home crowd and you're gutting it out for your fans and your boys, and it's easier to gut something out when you've got 20,000 people rooting for you than it is when you're on the road. I actually think that's a really valid point.
I mean, also you're at the arena earlier. You're getting all your work in and the med
and familiarity.
Yeah, familiarity, your own bed, blah, blah, blah. But I'm also talking about just like the luxuries that are within your arena of getting treatment. Mm-hmm. Like treatment exists on the road, but like not nearly to the same extent as when you're playing a back-to-back home game and you have an army of people trying to get you up for the next game.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine how bad it feels to be McAvoy right now? Mm-hmm. You know what a toothache feels like? Imagine that's your whole fucking head.
Yeah.
So I lost a tooth after getting cracked in the mouth with a line drive when I was 20 years old.
Get the glove up, brother. What the fuck?
I was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Get the glove up, brother. What the fuck?
McAvoy has suffered this fate now 4 times.
Is it 4? I thought it was 3.
It's 4. It's 4. This is the 4th time he's been hit in the mouth.
Didn't he say, I wish the hits would stop coming?
He said, I wish the hits would stop coming, and then he got hit again.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to forget I said this, but if the season ends on a misplay by McAvoy, I'm going to be like, you know what? He just needed to be done. He's a dead body walking.
Put the bubble on, you fucking idiot.
I would put an amount of money that he'll have it next game, right? Like, come on, dude.
He broke 2 more and lost 2 more. Wow.
I saw a picture of him and I couldn't tell if I was looking at his tongue or his cheek.
No, you know what it looked like? You know what it looked like? AI gone wrong.
Just brutal. A horror movie. This looks like sci-fi makeup.
Oh my god! Like
He's
put the bubble on.
He's gonna be Sling Blade by the end of this fucking season. Like this guy, we're laughing, but I genuinely feel so awful for this guy. That the amount of pain he must be in every day. It doesn't like he doesn't walk away from the rink and all of a sudden he feels better. God,
what do you do? What do you do? What do you do to eat? Like what? Do you?
He's been eating through a straw all year.
Yeah, he's got to be. He's got to still.
No. He's literally been eating through a straw all year.
I thought he said he started eating solid foods.
He had like 2 weeks of it, and then he had to go right back because he took another fucking hit.
That was. Oh, that's right. That was the
shoulder to the fucking.
That
face.
was the Valamis hit.
Yeah.
Good Christ.
2 weeks is probably a little. He probably had a little longer than that, but still.
Put the bubble on.
Put the bubble on. Put the bubble on. You played great in the
to begin with.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Bubble Mac is great too. You see it in the NBA all the time, like Mask LeBron and that kind of stuff. Bubble Mac, it's fine.
I can't believe you just mentioned what Mac's going through and LeBron James in the same fucking breath.
That's a really good point. You know what?
I'm not going to get into it on this podcast because I'm sure there's people who are listening who are big LeBron guys. No, I'm not doing that.
There is not a LeBron fan out there that cannot look deep within themselves and say, I know that LeBron is an absolute wuss when it comes to physical contact.
Yeah.
Like, I know that. At a professional level, LeBron would beat my ass. But I could take a hit better than LeBron.
Yeah.
That sounds like a call out to LeBron. Let's go.
Yeah.
I would lose a fight, but I could take a hit better than him. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
That doesn't sound like a good promo there.
I think it's
nothing to brag about.
I'm fine with it. Because
I'm good at taking a hit, so I'm gonna get you, LeBron.
Yeah. Hey, Andrew, I feel like you had something to say about the road losses. Do you have any points to be made there?
I think it's a little bit coaching. Sturm, probably for the first time this year, rookie coach, I'm giving him some grace. He's done a great job in other areas. For the first time in the Pittsburgh game, he used his timeout effectively.
Yes, nailed it. Really good work.
But I think it's been coaching. I think it is a talent issue where, you can't, the matchups are not in your favor. At home, you can play the matchups more effectively. They shouldn't be blowing 3-1 leads in the third period.
Correct.
I think that was partly Jonas Korpisalo, but the skaters did their job in blowing that lead. How do you waste a hat trick from Pavel Zacha? That just breaks my heart.
There's been so many blown leads at this point. It's just getting kind of scary.
This team is still undefeated in regulation while leading after 2 periods. And it's insane considering how many leads they've blown.
In regulation. Okay. Yeah. My brain broke for a second there. Mm-hmm. But sure, that's good, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But the longer answer to Thomas and Ian's point here is they're really, really bad on the road.
Yep. Great.
Frederic Brunet. 2-year contract extension. $875K, 2-way. 2-way next year, 1-way in 2028. He's got to make the roster next year, right?
Also, get a better agent, dude. You absolutely could have gotten like 1.2. You get a better agent, for sure. They like you. They want you at the NHL level. Get a better agent.
That's good for us. It's $875K. That's good for us.
That is good for us. Next year he's seeing NHL time. Injury bad enough, he stays and sticks. I think next year is absolutely a huge window for him. He's got to be an NHL player next year.
Does that spell the end for a Mason Lohrei?
No. Also, Mason Lohrei has been looking way better lately.
On his offside.
On his offside, which means... Look, I don't think they're sold on Aspero being on the top pair long term.
I fucking hope not.
Yes, I mean, Aspero's been fine, downright good in a lot of situations, but I am not worried about Brunet getting stalled out. I think that he can beat out some of these guys for a spot, and I think he will. And I think Aspero, playing on the top pair, I get it. I think Aspero's one of those guys that still has to look over his shoulder.
Sure. Can you imagine Brunet McAvoy next year?
That actually might slap. I obviously have to see it, but it might slap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That feels like that could fuck.
That feels like a good fuck.
Thomas, any thoughts?
What a strange way to say it.
Yes.
Good. That's good. Good stuff.
I have them.
You remind me of Chris Farley sometimes. I don't know why, but it's just a Chris Farley vibe.
Is it because of all the wild screaming he does all of the time?
Yeah. It's the crazy influx of my voice going up and down, and not the monotone delivery.
I think that's what's weird is that there's no reason for me to connect Chris Farley to you, but sometimes you say things I'm just like.
I would say it's probably more of a Stephen Wright thing.
No, yes, Stephen Wright, 100%, or
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Hedberg.
Mitch Norm Macdonald is my number one all time.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah.
I do love Stephen Wright. Stephen Wright's
great.
Is very good.
Norm's moth joke is just so fucking awful. It's so great. Anyway, we're getting a whole thing here. What else we got?
Providence.
Yeah, Providence. Another dub tonight.
Yep.
Playoff team.
Yep.
Everything's looking up for them. They're going to make a run. They're probably going to be playing hockey beyond the Boston Bruins.
Do we see Higgins in Providence for that run?
I would love to see that.
Oh. That could be fun.
Mm-hmm. A lot of eyes on Providence right now, for sure. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, let's tie this back real quick before we go to voicemails and predictions. But a lot of eyes on Providence. No movement of anybody that we thought could potentially or should potentially move.
Yeah, actually,
right.
I didn't think of that. But yeah, Lisel Patra still here.
Still here.
What do you guys think of that?
Apparently, the Calder Cup is important to this organization.
I don't think they felt any necessity to move off of Patra, but I really, again, I'm on the record saying I was sure they were going to. Yeah. So I'm not like trying to backtrack that. I was wrong about that. But RFA, so whatever. Lisel, RFA, whatever. Like, they didn't find the deals they were looking for.
Yeah.
I think it's way more about they didn't find the deal that they felt comfortable moving them in, and they didn't make a deal just to make a deal. So
yeah,
that's one thing that we can always compliment Don Sweeney on is that he's almost never made a deal just for the sake of making a deal.
Out of the 13 non-roster forwards for the Bruins, meaning they're in the AHL, how many of them have a deal signed past this year?
Non-roster?
I would say like 3.
Non-roster. Your guess is 3?
See.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I'm just thinking in my head. 1.
It is 1. Do you know who the 1 is?
Hang on.
Farinacci. It's got to be something inconsequential.
The 1 is it Joey Abate?
No,
it's my boy, Don's Lutzmel. Reichel, Bancroft, Rizzo, Blumel, Patra, Duran, Lisel, Gendron, Brown, Tufte, Farinacci, Merkulov, all free agents in some format. Most of them RFAs, a couple of UFAs.
Yeah.
A lot of work to get done this summer. A lot of work.
Yeah.
which is probably why the Calder Cup might matter to this organization.
No, they don't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, okay, let me put forth an argument here. If they're trying to rebuild, are they seeing this a Calder Cup run as sort of a build from the bottom up?
No, because they're all fucking free agents. Like this team that is going to get fucking blown up. It's not like this Providence is filled with prospects that we're going to see in Boston in 2 years and be like, remember that team that just won a Calder Cup? That's our third line. Like, get fucking ready, boys. Like, it's not going to happen. It is a totally different animal. The business model in the AHL is totally fucking different, with the exception of like 2 or 3 teams that actually give a fuck about winning these championships and hanging those banners. The rest of the organizations all use it as a fucking stepping stone in development.
Yeah.
And just so happens that we have a number of old prospects that are not prospects anymore playing well enough at the right time together where they're going to make a run at an AHL championship. How many fucking AHL parades have you been to?
Well, I'm about to go to one because they're going to the Calder.
I won't be there though. God, do we need a right shot defenseman in this pipeline? We have
nothing. There's nothing there.
Yeah, the only draft pick that we have in that is Ty Gallagher, and he's signed to an AHL deal.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say he's not on my list here. I forgot about him.
And him and Brunet are actually a really good pair. All right. Anyway,
I would not be surprised if Ty Gallagher has a entry level contract next year.
Sure.
Doesn't mean he's playing for the Bruins, but you know what I mean.
It just means that, hey, we need a right shot defenseman, and you are perfectly capable in the AHL. Here's a 2-way. Attaboy, soldier.
Yep.
On the topic of dangling in the A, let's go to our voicemails.
Hell yeah.
Is that the name of Steve Dangle's new book?
Dangling in the A.
Dangling in the A.
Hey boys, Will calling in from Nova Scotia. Just sat here and watched the Bruins lose to Nashville, and my cats are running around like crazy. They recently got neutered. They just got their cones off, and they're back to being normal. You know, they're a lot like Ian in that way, actually. They just, got their balls chopped off, or however vasectomies work.
So you got
it. Okay, I have a bit of a crazy suggestion, and just hear me out, okay? But, we know the Bruins aren't going to win the Cup this year. Let's not kid ourselves. Why is David Pastrnak still in the lineup? I mean, he seems clearly injured to me. There's something lingering. I know there's been rumors that he's been needing surgery. Fucking get him the surgery! Give him 6 months to recover so that next year, and we actually may have a chance, he'll be okay. I don't know, call me crazy. I don't think we should be risking the best player we've had in a generation over this shit. Go Bees.
Go Bees. And to confirm, it was a complete removal of balls, right, Ian?
Yeah. It's they even removed 4 or 5 inches of the, so that was.
So you have no penis now because you actually have negative penis.
It's inverted at this point.
It's inverted now. Yeah. You guys got it. Yeah. You guys had such a great opportunity for a big dick joke, and you went the other direction. So that says a lot about it.
Because we only tell the truth.
Yeah. No, it's inverted by about 2 inches now. He hides his coins in it. It's actually
it makes a good wallet. All right, this is getting weird.
Wink.
We should answer the phone call now. We should.
They're in a run right now. Pasta is fully engaged in this team. That's why.
Also, the surgery. I don't know where the surgery rumors are coming from. He has a long-term battle that he will be facing with knee tendonitis. That will be the rest of his career. There's nothing to fix that. They can't just go in and clean it up. So that's going to be late season. It's going to affect him at times. It's going to affect him early in the season too. It's just going to be something he battles with. And he's
talked about it.
Yeah, he's still a point per game guy plus, and the goals and stuff haven't been there, but he hasn't been there for any of the team.
Mm-hmm. Also, Will, I love how your voice is just basically Letterkenny.
It's a very clean.
Yeah. I do want to say he's not wrong. Pastrnak doesn't look great right now.
No.
But I don't think there's any chance they sit him because.
Even if you sat him for 2 or 3 games, It's not going to change much.
Yeah.
Maybe if they clinch a playoff spot at game 81, maybe you sit him for game 82.
Oh, 100% they sit him. 100% if that's the case.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, here's another one.
Good morning, short shift. Great win yesterday. Fuck. I forgot what I was going to say. Great. Anyway, Bill Guerin's an idiot. You trade all of that for David Juracek, and then you just get Bobby Brink back? Mm-hmm. Where the hell was the Patra Lori package that would have been better than Bobby Brink? That's the only thing I am slightly, not even upset, just like, why didn't we go in for him? That, and also Shane Wright. If he was available, I think he could be a top 6 winger with actual coaching and not just dead in Seattle. But yeah, anyway, go Bees!
Go Bees.
Go Bees.
Oh, Bees. I would love Shane Wright.
Yeah.
Me too. No idea if he was available or not.
Yep, exactly. I don't think he was. It's the Kraken bought a little bit.
Yeah. Which is weird. What was the Bobby Brink deal again?
It was just Brink for Juracek 1-for-1.
Yeah. I wouldn't have moved Lori for Brink.
No.
Also, Patra for Brink doesn't... I mean, that feels kind of lateral in a weird way, too. I mean, you get better... No, you get better right now. But that's also... He's on the last year of his deal, so it's a rental.
Yeah.
Like Brink is.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do like Brink.
RFA, though, so... I like Bobby Brink a lot.
He's on my fantasy team. I do like him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
His billion-team fantasy team.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Don't ask me how I'm doing.
I'm confused by the next voicemail. The transcript is saying, "Hi, Jananis. I'm the Pickles short ship."
I can't wait.
I don't even have a guess.
I don't have a guess either. I was kind of laying it out there, like if anybody had any sort of idea. Hi, Jananis. I'm the Pickles short ship. I'm assuming short ship is short shift. But what is the rest?
Good work by you.
Here we go.
Hi, Jananas. I'm by the Pickles. Go!
That's exactly what he fucking said.
Yeah.
Hi, Jananis. I'm by the Pickles. Is that something?
Hi, Janice. I'm by the Pickles. He's doing the grocery store bit.
Oh.
Last week when he's screaming in Market Basket and Janice has a stroke.
Fuck. That's what that is.
All right.
7 days. 7 days, and I forgot.
Fluent AJ.
I forgot the bit. Yeah, you.
How
do,
did
actually.
None of us just guess that? I think
Just
that's
with the
actually what he said.
Yeah. Holy shit. All right, here we go.
Hi, Jananas. I'm by the Pickles. Good evening, short shift. That's right. No. See, I didn't finish that. You know why I didn't finish that? The Bruins didn't fucking finish that game. Are you fucking kidding me? You're up 3-0. You're up 3-0 against Schittsburg. Against Schittsburg, you lose after leading 3-0. I'm gonna be real quick about this. That was fucking interference, and you got jobbed in OT. However, Corpy, what the fuck was that? It's like you were Jekyll and fucking Hyde all in one fucking person, man. Like, you make these insane saves to keep us in them, but you can't stop a fucking weak-ass backhand. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean it this offseason. I want Corpy gone. Please, give me DiPietro. I don't... It's, even if it's as bad or worse, at least it's not for that contract. Anyways, hope they win on Tuesday. Hope all is well. Him with the gold. Thank you. And fuck Pittsburgh.
Go Peas. Ian, as a theater person, can you confirm that Jekyll and Hyde is in fact one person?
Yes.
Yeah. Figure that out, AJ.
So, first of all, AJ, Aaron Frankel for Jonas Corposalo.
Straight up.
I'm keeping that alive.
I think we'd have to give more.
I think you're right.
Actually, sorry. I don't know why I said I think. We would have to give more.
There you go.
100%.
Second of all, Ian.
Yeah.
You made the best point on the Pittsburgh low qual when you were half dead. You were still making salient points while half dead. You're just the best in the business.
We take that.
3-0, you blow the lead. Pasta was 100% interfered with. Shouldn't have had the opportunity to be interfered with in overtime in the first place.
I can't complain about that. Like, I can't do it. And I saw someone complain that, like, well, he should have not bitched to the ref and got back to the play. I can complain about that, sure. But no, I can't complain about us blowing a lead and losing in overtime like that for that penalty. I just, the refs are bad sometimes, and that was a bad call. Whatever, missed call.
Yep, that was
The backhander from the blocker side circle that got past Corpusalo.
It was Connor Dewar.
Yeah. That's the goal where I'm like, fuck you, Corby. Fuck you. I understand it's a challenging, like, the backhanders are hard to check the release on, and I get it.
Hard to track.
You have to have that save. You have to. That was ridiculous. And yeah, the boys in front of you let you down in other moments of that game, but I mean, he said it well. Corpusalo, you'll make these crazy saves, you'll keep us in the game, and then you let something in where you just go, dude, what the hell? Yeah. And he's been really good for a couple weeks before this game. I do want to point that out. Like,
it looks like he's back to normal.
Yeah, it does look like he's back to normal.
Uno mas, and then we'll rip through some predictions.
Word.
Good morning, short shift. It's Tommy, and gotta say, don't hate the deadline by Don Sweeney. That was a very big seller's market, and I get not giving up the house for certain assets like Robert Thomas. Maybe that's a summer trade. Who knows? But Hagen's is just off the table. That's not even an option. I like the flyer on Reichel. That should be quite interesting. And you kept Arvidsson. Just make a run, see what happens. I don't know. This team has been exciting all year. Why slow it down? Anyways, go Bees!
Go Bees.
Go Bees.
Go Bees.
It was a seller's market, and we chose not to explore that enough for my liking. That's pretty much all I could say, I guess.
Yeah, Sarah Siv tweeted something along the lines of marked safe from ever believing this would be a buyer's market, and it hit me right in the balls. It's the non-existent balls, sorry.
Yeah.
So that was
wherever those are. They're in a fucking dumpster somewhere, but
fairly certain my doctor ate one of them during the procedure, but I can't prove it.
Wow. Holy shit.
that's not where I thought you were gonna go.
You guys' reactions are always worth it. You just
A couple of fucking hand fruits there.
I love a wow.
I'm not here for laughs. I'm here for fucking gasps.
Yeah, that's what I prefer. Shall we predict and get the hell out of here?
Yeah, let's do that. Everybody, thank you for those phone calls. As always, the line is 860-506-5444. Let's jump into these predictions. Andrew came out hot with 2 dubs, while me and Ian swallowed some dubs or some
week.
L's.
Tough.
Ian is still tied with me for first place, 35 and 29. Andrew snuck within 2 games of us now at 33 and 31.
Love that 4-game swing that happened.
Not bad.
Huge.
Not bad. And also for the record, we are, and Ian and I are 1 game below the Bruins' actual win total right now. So right now the Bruins have us.
I'm a little upset about that, actually.
I'm annoyed. I'm actually annoyed at that.
Yeah, I'm annoyed at that.
All right. Sharks
Get
tonight.
better.
Sharks tonight. Caps on what day is the 14th? Is that Saturday? Yeah.
Yep, that's another Saturday afternoon game.
Yeah, and then we have Sunday off, and then Ian's favorite part of the year is where we play back-to-back games, and we're going from New Jersey on Monday, and then Tuesday against the Canadians.
At least it's not West Coast.
No West Coast. This is all
West Coast.
relatively close. Yeah, D.C., Newark, New Jersey, and Montreal. Montreal on St. Paddy's Day. I know I said it last week. Doesn't feel good. I'm not feeling that, but
Yeah, I agree.
let's call the Sharks tonight. I will kick this off. This has to be a dub. I know I said earlier in the podcast I want us to lose at home, and this is the only home game all week. So I'm going to go against my own fucking brain here and say we have to win this one because this team sucks on the road and we have to win at least one game this week. It's got to be at least this game.
I got a dub.
I got a bad feeling about this game going to the loss. I think the Sharks are going to skate all over us.
Macklin Celebrini is a fucking horse.
He's a mutant. I've had this debate also with Court. I think Schaefer is a tier above Celebrini by the smallest of margins. And then I went back and watched more of Celebrini, and I was like, I still believe what I said, but holy shit. Like, it's just, these two young guys are future faces of the league. Just ridiculous what they're doing. Terrified of the Sharks team. Terrified.
Yeah. How about that hit on Celebrini, actually, while we're talking about him? The Barzell hit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice little headshot. Good job.
Nice.
Good work.
Barzell's, he's got some dirt.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Got some dirt.
Barzell's dirty.
He seems to be becoming more of a piece of shit as the years go by.
He loves the knee on knee, tell you what.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. He sticks his knee out all the time.
Yeah.
Caps on Saturday.
Dub.
This is where the streak ends. Dub.
Yep. Dub.
Yeah, I'm with you guys.
Excellent.
Dubs across the board, so that's a guaranteed fucking loss there. So let's go Monday to Newark.
Let's not.
I'll stick with a dub here. Yeah, we're gonna turn it on the road here.
Sexually.
I think this is a loss.
Okay.
Because I have a feeling that this is the Corpy game. So I feel like this is a loss. However, the next game against the Canadiens, the Habadon to Montreal, fat dub. So loss against the Devils, dub against the Canadiens.
I also go dub against the Canadians because fuck them. Mm-hmm. Huge game, by the way. That's huge.
That massive game.
Yeah.
Swayman is 100% in that game. Dub.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about that game, but I'm gonna go with a dub more out of hope rather than belief.
Yeah, if we keep pace, that game could be the difference between passing them in the standings. Like, we are currently 2 points behind them, and they have a game in hand. So obviously take that into account. But we're right there. We're 1 point behind Detroit with a game in hand on them. We're only 4 points behind Tampa. Like, this is tight.
Tampa's slipping a little bit right now.
They are. They see Buffalo chasing them down and passing them, and they're panicking. The shit in their britches. Also, when did Hagel become I used to defend Hagel in the Florida Tampa Bay matchup. I'm starting to think this is all Hagel's fault. I will say Rasmus Dahlin is a fucking rat.
Yeah. And I think he got under Hagel's skin because this isn't the first time they've fought.
Hagel isn't the guy who cross-checked Dahlin in the face. Sorry, slashed him in the face.
Oh, wait, who was it that slashed him in the face?
Wasn't it, oh, shoot, who got him right in the... Who got suspended for that?
That was Malkin, I thought.
It was Malkin. That's right. That's right.
Who fought Dahlin then?
Maybe it was Hagel. Maybe I'm mixing it up then. Maybe
no. Hagel, they fought before, and Hagel fucking hates him, and a lot. And if you guys remember correctly, Marchand tore his helmet earlier this season. Dahlin gets in a lot of people's skin.
Yeah. Interesting. But Hagel is a huge piece of shit.
Yep.
He really is. I can't believe he stayed that game, because didn't he just jump him and start throwing bows? Like, he didn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Also,
that's one thing I don't like. Like, unless a guy is refusing and he's laid multiple bad hits or a big bad hit, like, you got to have him stand up and face you.
I did love, one thing I did love about the Kings game when Zadorov came to McAvoy's defense after the hit by Helenius. I love how he took it. How he was like, I'm going to fight Zadorov, and then Zadorov started swinging, and Helenius was like, "Oh no, I'm regretting it." But he didn't back down.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see on his face, I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, that was kind of pathetic, actually. But I'd be scared too.
But he didn't back down.
He didn't. He sort of did. He just hid the whole time.
No, he tried to swing, and then it's just and then he just thought better of it.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Closing thoughts?
Come check out Low Quality Bruins Fan on YouTube.
Like, comment, and survive.
Ooh, yeah. I'm just so glad to not be hungover anymore.
Thomas, you have dubs all week this week.
I know. I'm thinking about how terrible this team has looked lately, and I'm starting to regret my decisions. But let's go with it.
Hell yeah!
All aboard the hope train.
We love
All
it.
aboard, as the Godfather once said, all aboard the hope train.
Yeah. My closing thought, Discord is pointing out, specifically Van Allen, pointing out that we need to update the intro. By all means, call the voicemail line. I'll start clipping all you dumb motherfuckers and put you in the intro. I'm sure I can get enough whiny shit that sounds even squeakier than Trent Frederick and create a new intro for the show. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple weeks. But one shall be coming as soon as I get some good fucking clips. Andrew, was it you that mentioned the Fraser Minton mic'd up?
That was not me. I believe that was Tommy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
I know somebody mentioned it, but I should just put really polite things like in the intro. Like just Fraser Minton like going into a convenience store and asking for like his favorite type of bubble gum or something.
Yeah. There's something about like Mason Lori talking about the type of cookies that his mom makes. Could you put that in there?
Just stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But the Bergeron thing stays.
Yes.
That's what I found funny too. Is just like, oh, Frederick, you got to get him off the voicemail. He's not on the team anymore. It's like, it's a good clip. I'm lazy. And also Bergeron's been on it since we started this podcast like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yes.
Next week is
I think
episode 250. Bergeron's been in the intro every episode.
Yes. I think it would be different if Frederick had maybe 13 or 15 goals. He has 3.
So you're telling me you don't think he's getting lifted up to the rafters like Bergie is next year?
By his shoulders.
Yeah.
The hook on his back.
Yep. Like Home Alone against the door style. All right, Ian, let's go to bed.
Let's do it. You and me.
I'm not with me.
Whoa. Who's filming it?
Nope, you already said it.
Yeah. Ian's a big spoon, but he reaches around. Go Bees!
Go Bees!
Go Bears!
Later, boys.
Bye.